Right, you lot. Wizards of Once, knock 3 times. The epilogue, the last bit. What are we going to do? I do have an amazing book. I was thinking about this yesterday. I have an amazing series of books that I now have to go and get out of the loft. I hate that place. The birds have flown. The mice have gone. Stupid lockdown. Why do they come and visit in lockdown? I don't know. Anyway, I do have an amazing book that I could start. I know we've only got 2 weeks left, but I could start it. It is amazing. Very funny. Tickled me pink and purple and orange and all those colours. So I'm going to go and get that for you and start that on Monday. I enjoyed it. You know, our sense of humour. Anyway, epilogue. Here we go. Epilogue by the unknown narrator. Looking into the past is like looking down into a deep, deep well. Imagine that deep, deep well, where the water at the bottom of it represents the time that a person first walked on the earth. People have been on this earth for so long that if you threw a stone down that well, it would be at least 5 minutes before you heard the splash of the stone hitting the water. Even down at the bottom of the well, people were telling stories, whispered in the night from adult to child and handed down like jewels from generation to generation. Though the well is so deep and so dark and they are so far away that the stories can get lost to us. But just recently, people have begun to write down their experiences so that their voices are trapped in the paper of the trees they are writing on. We call these things books. And they will be a clever way of shedding a little light in the darkness. This is one of those stories. Notice how the crucible of the story changes those who listen to it, those who are within it, and the person who is telling it, all at the same time. This thought was a story with 2 heroes. It said that confidently right from the beginning and on a number of occasions. But lo! Stories, like queens and wizards, are tricksy things. The story changed Bodkin, and Bodkin changed the story. He wouldn't stay where he was supposed to, and somehow it ended up being a story with 3 heroes, which was as much a surprise to me as to anyone else. The final reckoning with the King Witch is very, very close now. I know it, and the King Witch knows it, and he's ready for the final battle, clutching his piece of blue dust within his iron prison. He has Squeeze Juice, and Wish and Tsar will never, ever abandon Squeeze Juice, and they need to get him fast. They will come to me, whispers the King Witch to himself, sharpening his talons, like a blacksmith sharpening a sword, because love is weakness. So the end approaches quick now, and with the end I shall tell you who I am, at last. Or have you worked it out? However, I warn you, this is a true story, and true stories, unlike fairy stories, do not always end happily. As Perdita said, there's a reason why tears are such an important ingredient in so many spells. Hopefully, all will end well. But if not, please do not blame me. For as we have just seen, I am not as in control of where a true story goes as I would like to be. I have to tell what really happened. But I am wishing with all of my heart that all will end well. Wish with me. Wish that Wish and Tsar and Bodkin can break out of the sad circles of the history of the Wild Woods. They are young. They are hopeful. Wish that they can write their own story. Wish. And in the meantime, keep hoping, keep guessing, keep dreaming, and keep telling your own stories. Stories are very helpful if you get lost in the wild woods. Signed, the unknown narrator. And that is the epilogue, and therefore the end of Knock 3 Times. So, the next one in this series is not due for release until September. Mine is on order. Unfortunately, I won't see you to be able to read it to you. Never mind. You'll have to order it yourself and find out what happens. Monday, new book. Honestly, it is amazing. I love it. I've read it many, many times. It's very, very funny. There is a whole series of it. I will start it on Monday for you, and hopefully we'll finish at least the first one in the next 2 weeks. It might involve lengthy daily reads, but it is well worth it, at least the first one. See you all then. Have a lovely weekend. Bye.